Hello everyone. Hope all of you are well. I was unable to upload any videos for a couple of days. Today I'm back with another video. Here I'm going to discuss another essay type question. This question is on the drama Twilight of a Crane, written by the Japanese playwright Yuzuwa Junji Kinoshita. First of all, I think that all of you have either watched or read the drama. This is actually a beautiful drama which talks about the transformation which Japan had to go through with modernization and capitalism. As in the earlier video where we talked about the negative transformation of Africa, in this drama we are able to witness how greed for money and materialism have crushed the simple, innocent ways of life of Japanese people. Kinoshita had written this novel to show people the consequences of such a transformation. The question we are going to discuss today is: money is a corrupting element which destroys happiness in life. Comment with examples from the play Twilight of a Crane. Let's see what key phrases we have in this question. They are money, corrupting element, destroys happiness. So you'll have to address these words and phrases when you build up your answer. You know that there are 4 main characters: Su, Yo-Yo, Unzu and Sodo. Except Yo-Yo, all the other characters remain the same throughout the play. We'll have to discuss about how Yo-Yo's happiness and contentment were lost because of his greed for money and because of his corruption fueled by Unzu and Sodo. So the play opens with Su and Yo-Yo, and the playwright introduces us about the loving and simple ways of life. The life led by these two characters represent the life of earlier Japanese people. There was love, mutual bond and simplicity, as well as contentment. But later in the play, we can see how those virtues were transformed to greed and dissatisfaction. When Yo-Yo is consumed by greed, he barters away the unconditional love given to him by his dear wife Su, and consequently ruins his happiness in life. In this slide, we are going to discuss about the life Su and Yo-Yo had with each other when the play started. They lived surrounded with peace, happiness and contentment, as I have mentioned in the former slide. All of you might know that Su is a bewitched crane. What do you mean by a bewitched crane? That means ghost of a crane. She is a hen crane who can turn herself into a beautiful young woman. She had come to Yo-Yo's life as his wife because he had saved her life as a crane. Later in the play, we get to know that Sodo and Unzu had shot her with an arrow and Yo-Yo was the one who had saved her. He had done it without any ulterior motives. His kind-heartedness and inherent virtues can be seen through this act. And as in gratitude, Su fell in love with him and came to him as his wife. So we can see that Yo-Yo was a happy man who was uncorrupted and simple when the story started. But actually this happiness and contentment is short-lived, because with the arrival of Sodo and Unzu, who are the agents of capitalism and materialism, Yo-Yo's life begins to change. they start to corrupt Yo-Yo's mind and make him a profit-minded person or money-minded person. As we have discussed at the beginning, the transformation of Yo-Yo represents the transformation happened in the Japanese society. So, with the entrance of Sodo and Unzu, negative attitudes start to lurk in the shadows. These evil forces will eventually take hold of Yo-Yo and destroy his happiness. So, if we give names for these evil forces, they are first and foremost greed, then envy, lack of principles, dissatisfaction, unfaithfulness, falsity, deception, and materialism. So, in the following slides, we'll discuss how virtues of Yo-Yo had changed into these evils and how his happiness was thrown away. And in the beginning, when we think of Sue and Yo-Yo, there was love and concern for each other. This love could be seen when they shared their duties with each other. When Sue was not at home, Yo-Yo heats up soup for her. And there we see that household chores are shared by them. You know that there are some families where men don't come even near the kitchen at all. Cooking, cleaning, these things are considered as a woman's duty. But in Yo-Yo's household, there is no such chauvinism. And also, another thing is that the loving and endearing terms used by Sue and Yo-Yo to address each other. They are gentle and mild with the other person. These two always use words like sweetheart, my darling, dear when they talk with each other. This shows that they have a great bond and sincerity. But this love, concern change because of the influence of Sodo and Unzu. They try to drag Yo-Yo into their way of thinking to get more Senba Ori and to earn more money. Sodo and Unzu need the help and support of Yo-Yo to do these things because he is the only one who can persuade Sue to weave more of that beautiful and heavenly cloth. Therefore, they entice Yo-Yo, saying that he would be able to enjoy so many luxuries and he would be able to go and see Kyoto. Finally, Yo-Yo jumps onto the other side of the fence or to the capitalistic world. Earlier, Yo-Yo had used very endearing words to address Sue, but in this instance, he forces and threatens Sue to weave the cloth. Earlier, dear, loving, and compassionate husband has changed to a dominating and threatening one because he is consumed by greed. We know that Sue produces the Senba Ori by picking her own feathers. So, whenever she weaves Senba Ori, she loses weight. Therefore, both Sue and Yo-Yo has agreed that Sue should not weave any more Senba Ori. But now, since Sodo and Unzu have corrupted Yo-Yo's mind, Yo-Yo has no concern for the health of Sue. His only intention or ambition is to get money by selling that cloth. So he uses very harsh words to address Sue. Here we can see that Yo-Yo begins to value the money gained by Senba Ori than the happiness he gained by being with Sue. In this slide also, we will discuss about the earlier life of Sue and Yo-Yo. Their life was filled with contentment and happiness. Money was not of great concern for both of them. They were close to nature as well as each other. They lived in a tumble-down, simple hut. There was no materialistic or complex ambitions. They had love and happiness. And there were simple desires. Sue needed to be with Yo-Yo happily ever after, and from the quotes you have in this slide, you can understand about the simple desires of Yo-Yo. The desires are woven around simplicity. But later, we see that the simple desires change its form to desire for money and profit. He says that if he can go to Kyoto, he will be able to earn a lot of profit, 3 or 4 times more than before. Earlier, he loved to hear about Kyoto, to hear about the beauty of the cherry blossoms and such like natural beauty. But now, Kyoto has become a source of money and profit for Yo-Yo. Earlier, he lived in a simple hut with simple innocent desires, but now he needs to buy nice things. Here we can understand that innocent desires have been replaced by materialism, and also when we go through the drama, we get to know that he has a sack full of gold coins. It is enough to go on with his life, but he is not satisfied with what he has. He needs more and more money. Sue is devastated to see this change in Yo-Yo's character. She yearns and begs him not to live the simple and innocent life that he had had. But in vain. Yo-Yo is determined to sell more senba ori and earn 3 or 4 times more than before. So, by now you know that senba ori is a very beautiful and precious cloth, and Sue weaves it out of love and gratitude for Yo-Yo. Here we can understand the sacrificial love which Sue has towards her husband. Though it was painful, she wove them for Yo-Yo. First, she wove it to show Yo-Yo how beautiful it is, and then she allows Yo-Yo to sell because she thinks that then Yo-Yo will be able to live a happy life without any worries. First, Yo-Yo had enjoyed the aesthetic value or beauty of this senba ori. He became happy as a child. Here too we can see how simple and innocent Yo-Yo was. Then what happens? Yo-Yo exchanges this beautiful cloth for money. He has replaced aesthetic value with materialistic value. Senba ori, which was a source of happiness, has now become a source of money. By this instance also we can see how simple joy and happiness is replaced by money. Now Yo-Yo has become a victim of capitalism, and as a result he has lost the happiness he has experienced with Sue and children. The only concern Yo-Yo has now is money. Simple joy and innocence which prevailed in Yo-Yo's life can also be seen through his playing with children. Both Sue and Yo-Yo play with children. Children can be considered as symbols of purity and innocence. Yo-Yo and Sue associating with children can be taken to prove that both these characters have that same purity and innocence. Not only that, Yo-Yo had been faithful and principled person. When Sue weaves the Senbaori, she had taken an oath or a promise from Yo-Yo, saying that he would not try to come in or look in the weaving room, and he keeps his promise. Sodo and Unsu are surprised at this genuine quality of Yo-Yo, and because of Yo-Yo's truthfulness, Sodo considers him as a fool. But later in the plot, we can see how he betrays the trust kept on him. He is filled with greed for money and he looks in the room, challenging and putting Sue's identity and life at risk. Yo-Yo was unable to comply to the promise that he had given to Sue. And finally, as a result of this identity revelation, Sue can no longer live in the human world. She has to embrace her bird form and leave the human world. When Yo-Yo forces and demands Sue to weave Mosenbaori, Sue realizes that Yo-Yo no longer belongs in her world of simplicity and innocence. Therefore, she leaves Yo-Yo after giving him a pair, that means 2 Senbaori. By now, Senbaori has become a source of money, as we have seen earlier. Therefore, gaining a pair of Senbaori represents utmost materialistic gain. But though he is able to get money, Sue leaves him. This leaving represents loss of love, which is the foundation of happiness. As you know, crane represents happiness and all the virtues in Japanese culture. So, crane's departure symbolizes that because of greed for money, Yo-Yo has lost genuine, everlasting happiness in his life. And now you'll have to write the concluding paragraph of your answer. There you'll have to sum up the things that you have written so far. There you have to mention what kind of life Sue and Yo-Yo had lived earlier, and then you can mention about the changes that happened in their lives, where Yo-Yo loses Sue. By that we can say Yo-Yo loses all the happiness in life. And then you can conclude your answer, and that's it for today. So if you like this video, give a thumbs up, and then if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe by pressing the bell icon below. See you in the next video.